Welcome. In this video, we'll explore how to run a Valir group that is trauma-informed.
A Valir group is built on having deep discussions with a group of people. We really want to get to the heart of things. The program looks at challenging topics, including how we see ourselves and how other people see us. We also ask participants to explore their life experiences.
Sometimes this means we discuss experiences that have been difficult, emotional, or even traumatic. We have to remember that even if we know our group, we don't know everything that's ever happened to them. Sometimes it's obvious that we need to be sensitive and careful about how we talk, like when we talk about sexism or objectification. But sometimes these issues can affect people and we have no idea.
Yeah, this doesn't mean that we never talk about difficult things in life, but if we don't do it with sensitivity, compassion, and understanding, it can be really damaging. They might disengage, or at worst, it might trigger and re-traumatize people. To help us navigate this, facilitators should take a trauma-informed approach when leading a group.
There are 5 principles of trauma-informed care. In this video, we'll explore each principle and how we can apply them when running a Valir group.
The first principle of trauma-informed care that provides a foundation for all other principles is safety. We want our Valir groups to be physically safe environments, but we also want them to be emotionally safe spaces. This means places where young women are accepted, feel warm, and they aren't judged. It's a place they can be themselves. When we think about safety and trauma-informed care, that also means cultural safety. That means that people are free to express themselves and their cultural identities.
When we run a Valir group, there are things we can do to promote this sense of emotional safety. We can work hard to hold space for people to talk. That means listening well and preventing interruptions. We can also promote safety by remembering the no surprises rule. This means that anything that happens has been explained. Particularly for young women who might be struggling with anxiety or even just being nervous, being able to explain what's going to happen will help them feel comfortable in the session. Above all else, we create safe spaces when we respond to anything that happens with empathy and compassion.
Think about the spaces where you feel comfortable to open up and express yourself. They might be particular friends, or it might be a group or a particular place. What do those people and places do that helps you feel comfortable? As you plan for Valir, take some time to reflect for yourself and put this into practice.
The second principle of trauma-informed care is that we are transparent and trustworthy. This means that we're clear about what we're doing and that we'll do what we say we'll do. It means acting with integrity and demonstrating that we're a safe person who can be relied upon. It means we're consistent. This doesn't just mean being consistent in our programs, but that we're consistent in our character. That people will know that they can expect the same kind of responses from us regardless of what's happening.
Being transparent and trustworthy also means that we communicate and act within boundaries. We all have personal and professional boundaries. These can be topics that we don't want to discuss or actions we don't want to take. Being clear and consistent about our boundaries will help young women who have not had stable relationships be able to feel comfortable and trust us.
Finally, being transparent and trustworthy means that we treat confidentiality seriously. This might sound obvious, but there are lots of little ways we can slip up. Maybe we think someone needs extra support or care and we think, oh, I'll tell someone. But if we want to create safe environments, we must include participants in all of those kind of conversations.
The third principle of trauma-informed care that we can apply when running a Valir group is choice. We know that our programs are voluntary. No one is forced to attend. The choice is not just about choosing whether to attend the group. We should also remember choice with every part of the session. People might choose not to participate in a particular activity or answer a particular question. Sometimes that can be frustrating for us as facilitators, but we don't always know what's behind their refusal. Sometimes we think we know what they need, but even if we are right, they may not be ready for that. I'm sure we'd all agree that we don't want Valir to be a place where people feel like they're forced to do anything.
The fourth principle of trauma-informed care is collaboration. This builds on the idea of choice. Because young women are choosing to be involved with Valir, we are working in partnership with them to help them grow. We can also think about collaboration as how the participants help each other to grow. Valir is a small group program. The reason it's a group program is because we know the power that peers have to support and encourage one another.
It's also helpful to think about collaboration, not just with the people in the group, but also with people outside of the group. How can we build our young women's networks to help them grow? How can we find other people like us to support? It's important to remember that as facilitators, we're not superheroes who can do everything, but we can lead and be servants who work together.
If we apply the principles of trauma-informed practice that we've already discussed, then the last principle, empowerment, should be the result. Empowerment is so important in the work we do with young people. It helps them to grow beyond what we talk about at Vilea or any of our programs and build it into their own lives.
Empowerment comes about when people feel in control, can make choices and be responsible for themselves. We can empower participants in Vilea by building their confidence, listening to them, and talking about the issues that they say are important. Try and encourage participants to take ownership of the material. Look for opportunities for them to lead activities, games, or discussions. That doesn't mean that you don't do anything as a facilitator. You're still there to help guide and listen. But the more we help our young women to feel equipped and confident, the better.
By applying these trauma-informed care principles to your facilitation, your Vilea group should be a safe space where people feel comfortable to discuss the challenges in their life. Sometimes this might mean that they talk about or disclose experiences like trauma or abuse. If that happens, the most important thing is that we respond with care and compassion. It's important to follow all your church's procedures regarding our responsibility to report suspicion or disclosure of abuse. If you're unsure what these policies are, speak to your church leader. Know how to refer participants for support. Help them make appointments. Ask them what extra support they need. Remember, you don't need to be an expert. You just need to be someone who cares and follows through.
Vilea is an incredible opportunity to help participants grow as they explore the challenges in their life. But we also have a responsibility to do this with respect, compassion, and safety. We hope this video has given you some foundations to build on as you care for your young people. We're praying for you as you disciple young women to know Jesus and know how much they are loved, valued, and cared for. God bless.